Before I start off this video, guys, real fast, if you do want to donate to me on PS4, last video I talked about Xbox One. If you want to donate on PS4, go and add me on PS4 and send your offer or your donation to one of these cards, and then comment down below what you offered me so I can shout you out and thank you guys for it. So I am just starting off on PS4. I don't have much at all. I mean, I have like a 78 overall, so anything you give me is okay, guys. I'm not asking, you don't have to, of course. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying if you want to, out of generosity, so I can, make videos on PS4. In reality, I'm going to give all my cards away from PS4 at the end of the year. So let's get right into the video, guys. Thanks so much.
Previously in head coach of 09.
Just so that we can get a nice cornerback, and it looks like we're the only team bidding, so we got him for, I thought it was 3.5 million. I guess we got him for 6 million? What? Oh no, we did get for we got him for 3.2, way out. It's just because of the bonus, so. Hey guys, that Mike Gamer back here for another video. Welcome back to another Head Coach of 09 episode. I believe this is episode 3, I want to say. I believe it's episode 3, but on the left-hand corner of your screen, you see the team needs. These are all the team needs we need, and we're going to accomplish the first one right away with getting a left guard. Right here on the trade block, we were able to, trade and pick up this left guard from the Packers. Apparently our first offer we offered them was ridiculous, so we did give them a 5th and a 6th, and they took it. So just like that, starting the video off great, guys. We got Will Blackman, left guard. This video we're going to be looking at the first draft, the first round of the draft, and a lot of free agents. We're going to skip a lot of free agents though, because I do not want to sign any free agents, especially with the fact my cap room is crap, and we're going to have at least 4 or 5 rookies, being drafted. So unlike Madden, where you can kind of lead around it or go around it, you cannot do that in this game. You actually have to keep the money for the rookies. You have to think about that when you are, overall picking your players. So it's very interesting and very unique, and we do have a lot of players who have a lot of money. And I believe that Will Blackman, I believe that he costs 4 to 5 million. So I don't know if we're gonna keep him, none to say, because of the fact that I think we have a backup who's alright, I believe. So we might not keep him if his contract is too expensive, but for right now, we accomplished the goal. We got a better approval rating, which is something that I guess I should be looking at and working on. I kind of didn't look at it so far in the series, and it's something I should be looking at, because your approval rating means how much does your owner like you. And the more stuff you do that your owner wants you to do, not stuff that you just want to do personally, your owner actually gives you props and is happy with you, and then you gain more trust, you gain more things overall. So it's better to have a better approval rating, but also it's more fun when you don't, because I can actually do how I want to change around my system and how I want to win the game. So right here we're just looking at my depth chart, seeing what positions I need. I'm actually writing down my phone currently every single position, even though we do have the team needs. These are the team needs based on what my owner thinks. I'm writing down what my team needs are based on what I think. So based on what players I want. For example, the wide receiver is number 5. On my list, it's number 2, because all we have is Derek Mason, who's 33 years old. Other than that, we don't really have a receiver. So in my opinion, receiver is very high, and we're going to try our best to be able to, either draft one or maybe trade for one, because we definitely need to bring someone to the squad. And quarterback, I think we will take care of him in, we'll take care of him in drafting. I'm hoping we get Joe Flacco. I'm not going to shoot for Matt Ryan, obviously, for the fact that Matt Ryan is way, way, way highly rated. So there's no way we're ever going to get him. So I'm going to go with Joe Flacco. That's my goal. If I do have to trade up, I might have to in order to get him, because I know I have the 8th overall pick. 7 other teams are before me, and I believe 3 of them want quarterbacks. So I definitely have to, work my way around to get this, to get Joe Flacco. So So definitely someone I want to bring in. I will be skipping a lot of these, like, free agency players. Honestly, there's no point for me to even accept or even look at them because, again, like I said, my salary cap, I don't have enough money to be able to do that. So definitely, not going to be the easiest to skip past all these players. I do click on a couple, but I'm going to skip past a lot of them because there's no point. Opening bid for that guy, he's a 75 overall, was 15 or 17 million. How is a 75 overall going to have 17 million for the starting bid? So to even join a lot of these, you can't even join the bidding war unless you have enough money to join. So said the fact that that guy is crazy over OP. Right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set my draft board, which is something really cool. They should add some Madden. They probably won't, but you can actually set your draft board based on what players you want. So, for example, I'm going to put Joe Flacco as number 1. Quarterbacks, probably nothing else. Halfbacks, I'm really going to look at because these are the, money makers things. I definitely think I want to get Jamal Charles. If I can get Chris Johnson, I will, but I want Jamal Charles over Chris Johnson. Although my owner might not, like that because obviously Chris Johnson is way, way, way higher rated wise. I definitely want to, I think it's worth the risk, especially knowing him in real life and especially knowing his skill set, everything like that. I think he could be a great addition to my team. Another player I would like to look at, as you can see right there, is Justin Forsett. That's definitely someone, he actually is on the Baltimore Ravens in real life, and I feel like he's very underrated. So I definitely want to see if I can bring him to my team and see what I can do with him. So Felix Jones, I believe was a Cowboy. I do mess up a little bit here just because of the fact that what's it called? I kept thinking that like you move the guy up and it like switches spots, but it doesn't do exactly that. So it's kind of confusing, and sometimes I think I clicked on a player and I didn't. So let's just go to wide receivers here. The only guy I really want is Jordy Nelson and Deshaun Jackson. Other than that, I don't really think I want anybody else too bad. I might go after Mario Manningham. I think that might be an option. But, that's only if he falls really late. And he might, because he is 121. So, I think Mario Manningham probably has a lot of potential, especially in this game. Because this game, that's what this game's all about pretty much, guys. It's all about potential. The better potential a player has, the better chance of him becoming great, and the better chance of, your pick looking like a genius pick. So if you hear birds outside. I don't know why, but they're making noises now. It's weird. Next one we got here is tight ends. Honestly, Martellus Bennett would be awesome. He is ranked number 56, but I doubt I'll be able to get him just because players like in in Madden drafts, the computer is kind of, stupid in a way. Like, it would take certain players when it doesn't make sense to, or, different things like that. This draft is very, very smart. And if it knows, like, it's going to know that I want Martellus Bennett. And if it looks at other teams and say, hey, these other teams want Martellus Bennett too, it's going to go after that player because of that reason. It's really creepy, but also, intelligent in the same way. So, and definitely, it's going to be annoying because, in a way, doing this, what I'm doing right now, is actually telling the other players or telling the other teams, hey, these are the players I want, and then they get a, kind of go, hey, should we go after this player or not? And I kind of lose out on opportunities because of that. So, I don't know if I'm going to do this next year, not this season, but next season. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that, if I'm going to, actually scout anymore. I might just, pull away a little bit, but scout like some no-name players who I think maybe could be great, because I'm scouting the players who all I know in real life is great, so that's definitely not something smart. But the draft board wise, they can't see this, so what I'm doing right now, they can't see it at all. This is the draft board. This is, like every coach or owner, when they're going to the draft, they have a board of players, and that's why you see so many teams, they trade down, because they have a list of players like 1 through 5, and they're like, these are the players we want. Now, if all players get taken in the first round, and they're in the second round now, and there's no players on the board, obviously what they're going to do is they're just going to trade away their pick, trade down a lot, and then when they get very down, and no one wants to pick, they're just going to select whoever the best on the board is. So that's pretty much how they work, coaches and owners, they just trade down and they have a list of people they want, and if they don't get the list of people, if the list of people are taken, they trade down until they just take the best on the board. So a little key tip about owners and coaches. That's pretty much how this is gonna work. I'm just gonna have that list of players I want, and if they get taken, I'm just gonna trade down, trade out. I'm probably gonna trade up a lot, mainly because I do want to get higher picks so that I maybe can have better chances at these players. Now, as you can see, a couple minutes ago, about a minute ago, you can actually scout colleges. As you can see, Texas A&M. So what this does is you can actually see all the potential at that school. And I'm pretty sure this helps you out in the future, you know, like future down the road when, you know, next year you can actually see, so you can get better ideas on who's really great potential players in the next draft. And in a way, this is like MLB The Show if you guys ever played it, because MLB The Show is all about, you know, what potential does the guy have. And, you know, players in this game have like 80 potential, 90 potential. It's kind of like Madden 12 where they had like A potential, A+, B+. And that's definitely, you know, when you draft a player who has like 20 potential, you know that you're going to have a bad draft altogether. You know, it's going to be a bad overall player, and you might want to just get rid of him because he has no good potential. So definitely something to look at when it comes to drafting in this game. And definitely I would give this game like a 5 out of 5 when it comes to like it being fun, because it really does. It's more in depth than Madden, and I guess a lot of times people don't like that because, you know, they want it to be more calm than Madden. But I mean, they want it to be like more quick paced because they don't want to sit around all day and, you know, do all this stuff to build your team. But I like it because it's more realistic overall. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. We're just looking at different colleges and we're scouting the colleges to see overall what we can get. Alright, and yeah, we're skipping a lot. We're just, honestly, there's no point to even go after any of these rookies. Because, like, we don't have the salary cap too, and I do love, it's a lot different, of course, like I said before, than, you know, the regular Madden, because in Madden, you know, you have a whole list, and you can, you know, bid on players and throw offers at players. In this game, it's you know, you can't just go through and pick and choose which player you want to look at. They keep showing up random players, and you have to go to those random players and keep you have to keep like clicking on them and bidding higher and higher. Alright, so McFadden, of course, I doubt we'll even get him. He is ranked number 20. And honestly, the first round, all again, like I said before, all I'm focused on is getting Mr. Joe Flacco. That's my main goal. And hopefully I do get him, because I think he'll have some really great potential. Obviously, like in real life, he wasn't great when he first came out. He was actually the third-string quarterback until Kyle Bowler broke his thumb. Troy Smith got sick, and he was like, hey, I'll step in. And, you know, he decided to be great. Got to an AFC Championship game his rookie year. So definitely, you know, something to look forward to see maybe we can progress him. Now, when it comes to the series, again, I'm not going to be showing the gameplay, because the gameplay is honestly boring. It's literally just, you know, instead of like Madden where you control your team, you just control the coach. That's why it's called Head Coach 09, because this is like the main part of it. The gameplay is not anything. Like, it's weird angles, you just call plays, that's all you do. So what I will be showing is I will be simming the game, and I'll be showing you the outcome and stats and stuff like that. So that's what we're going to be doing when we get to the regular season and preseason. So that's definitely how we're going to work that. And let's see, Dustin Keller. And this right here, we're just scouting certain players. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when it comes to coaches and teams, before you're about to draft someone, a lot of times the owner will fly that player out. Especially if it's like with the Rams, for example. Jared Goff was flown out to St. Louis, to do individual workouts at the Rams facility, to overall see how he was. So, they had 6-7 months of actually working with him and seeing how, he throws, if he's good, if he can do this, this, and this, before they even drafted him. And I'm guessing, most likely, they probably did something with Carson Wentz, just in case, like, Jared Goff didn't turn out, like, I mean, they didn't do anything, I'm saying they didn't probably train him, but they probably, if they didn't like Jared Goff, or he was a question mark, they would have flown Carson Wentz over St. Louis and did the same thing. So, that's what we do here. We're just getting players, and we're taking them and we're saying, hey, we like to give you an individual workout so that we can see how you play. And then I get, I get my little sheet of paper, I guess you could say, and see which players did great and which players, I could maybe see if they could come over with my team. So it's definitely interesting to see. I mean, definitely an interesting thing, which, once again, Madden has not implemented. I feel like this series is just going to be complaining about Madden, but I'll try to complain about Madden as little as possible. It is just difficult when you're playing a game more realistic than Madden, and this game came out 7 years ago. But if you all enjoyed the video so far, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. All these free agents. It's amazing to see these players, like, what's it called? Devon Jones, I believe that's his name. It's the new, the Ultimate Legend from 2 weeks ago that was in Madden. He's like 33 years old in this game, and he's of course not a legend anymore, or he's not as great as he was in his prime. So, his overall is like 70, and he goes for like $1 million in this game, like $1 million dollars. You can like sign him to a contract, and it's just amazing to see, in his prime, he was one of the best left ends in the game, and now, he's just kind of I hate to say this, but washed up. I know players hate to be called that, because even if players are, like, hey, even if I'm out of my prime, I'm still great. So, but here's our schedule. I used to skip 3 weeks by accident, but whatever. We do play, it looks like on Monday night or Sunday night. No, wait, 4 o'clock game against the Houston Texans. My bad. So we play Houston. We play the Steelers on Monday Night Football. We play the Titans. We play the Colts. And yes, I think I just missed the Ravens. We put the Colts right here. After that, we play the Dolphins. Then we play the Raiders. Then we play the Browns. And bye week, I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks like the bye week. Yeah, we get the bye week here. And then week 10 bye week, actually. And then week 11, we play the Giants. Week 12, we play the Eagles on Monday Night Football. Week 13, we play the Bengals. Week 14, we play the Redskins. Week 15, the Steelers. Week 16, the Cowboys. And week 17, we play the Jaguars. So we end the season with the Jags. Definitely going to be interesting, to say the least. But we have 11 days until the draft, guys. So we are just approaching the draft. As you can see, our team needs in the left-hand corner of the screen right now. Hopefully, we can get Joe Flacco to hit that number 2 need. Number 3, when it comes to left end, I don't think we're going to hit it. Wide receiver, of course, I can tell you guys this because you're not playing this league thing, but I think our sleeper pick is Pierre Garçon. Either Pierre Garçon or Mario Manningham. And if Pierre Garçon, I think if he doesn't get drafted, I might take him out of free agency. But I definitely want to get, if I can get both of those players, either by drafting or one free agency, one not, that would be amazing. So I would definitely want to hit Mario Manningham and Pierre Garçon on my wide receiver, so completely destroy number 5. We're going to get rid of Derek Mason. We're going to trade him and see what, someone offers us. D-tackle wise, I might trade for a D-tackle. I think that's the ultimate goal there. Left end, I don't know yet. And left outside linebacker, we might look at Wesley Woodyard in the draft. That is always an option, and goal of ours is because Woodyard, although he's not the best and he does have a lot of training to make him good, especially in real life. He's not the best right now, but he definitely, I could see his potential to be great. So with a lot of training, I think we could get him up there and make him really good. So definitely something that I would like to look at is getting Wesley Woodyard and bringing him to the squad. 4 days into the draft, guys, I'm getting nervous. I don't feel like I'm gonna get Joe Flacco. I really feel like someone's gonna take Joe Flacco from me. I know that, like, this game's not even made by EA, or it might be. I don't know actually. Actually, what? I'm an idiot. It literally shows EA's logo right there, and I said I don't know if it's made by EA. It is made by EA, but I don't know if EA's Bobo is completely in it or not, or if it's just a little bit of Bobo. Definitely, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of Bobo, but hopefully we're able to get Joe Flacco. That is honestly our overall goal, and I feel like someone else is gonna take him, or someone's gonna trade up, because unlike Madden, teams trade up so much in this game. If they want a player, they're going to trade up to get him. In Madden, it's not like that. No teams ever usually trade up. They usually just trade down. Well, actually, that makes no sense. Like, teams don't usually trade up for a certain player. They'll trade up just because, they can, or someone else wants to trade down. It's weird with that, but in this game, it's more like, if a team wants someone, they will give anything they can to get that pick. So, it's going to be interesting, especially with the fact that quarterbacks is two main good quarterbacks in this year's draft. We got Joe Flacco and Matt Ryan. Obviously, Matt Ryan is probably going to go top 5. Like, that's kind of I think he went top 5 in real life too, but he's obviously probably going to go top 5. And our goal, as you can see right here, is to get Joe Flacco. So kind of like the second best. In my opinion, I think he's better than Matt Ryan, but I know there's a big controversy about, who's better, Matt Ryan or Joe Flacco. Matty Ice or Joe Cool. Honestly, they're both great quarterbacks, but talk about playoff wins though. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But free agency recap, let's see who, I think we signed one player, Ty Law, I believe. So we lost Justin Green, our fullback. We signed Terrell Suggs and we got left guard actually. These are all the players that we lost. Additions: Michael Turner, Stacy Andrews, and Ty Law. So we actually did get a couple players. We're not looking for a quarterback because we're about to draft a quarterback. Hopefully. I'm already putting Joe Flacco on my quarterback right there because, guys, we did it. We did it. We're trading for the pick right now, and no one took Joe Flacco yet, so we can't mess this up, guys. We gotta get this pick. We're gonna give them exactly what they want, and we're gonna go get Joe Flacco. If we get this pick, we automatically get him, and this is the 5th. We traded up 3 spots to get this pick, so that means we do get Joe Flacco. Suggestion is Joe Flacco, and the question isn't even a question. I'm definitely getting Joe Flacco. My next goal is to get Jamal Charles. I might trade back up into the first round just to get him. So definitely, that's something I'm going to do. Let's skip a little bit forward here until we do get the pick. And here we go. We're trading back up in the first round with the 15th pick. And we are going to try to get Jamal Charles here. Hopefully we can get this pick. This would be a big disappointment if we couldn't get this. Jamal is still on the board, although my owner does want Chris Johnson. I don't know why he wants Chris Johnson. I guess because Chris Johnson was amazing when he first came out, and he was amazing pretty much his whole career. And still amazing. Look at him last year. Like, the guy was still trucking it, and I believe he's a little bit old now. So we will not get Chris Johnson, though, sadly. Of course, my owner's not going to be happy with me. Approval rating is going to go down a lot. But who we want is we want Jamal Charles. Even though it's going to take a while to train him, it's going to, it's going to be a lot, but it's going to be worth it overall. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like for more videos. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.